Hi, this is Agnes, and this is a YouTube request from a viewer that starts with the letter K. And you asked me to do a YouTube about intuition. Now, intuition has been a huge part of my manifesting. It is the feeling of yes, the feeling of knowing, the feeling of I have to go that way. Do not get it confused with I want to contact certain people through longing and neediness. That's very different. And also, sometimes you get a flash in your head. Sometimes you'll see words. Sometimes you'll just get the feeling in your gut. It depends. Intuition comes to different people in different ways. But as you do this law of attraction work and you do more and more, projecting and law of assumption and law of attraction and collapsing space and time, and you're using your rubbing out technique and your whispering technique and all these different things, start to try and ask yourself, the how do I feel about this, and try and develop your intuition as well. So you will know, when you get that gut feeling not to do something and then you go and do it and it turns out bad, that's your intuition. When you get the feeling to call someone and then it gets delayed because you're at work or something happens, then they call you. It's like you link up your intuition with different people and you also get information about what to do next. So you can develop this over time by just being aware and saying, okay, infinite spirit, God within, show me the way to develop my intuition, and ask in certain situations that you're in for your intuition to be revealed. So you work more with the God within, the power within, the manifestation, creation, selection capabilities that you have, and you use the intuition as a, what would be the word? It's like a confirmation, a backup. That when you get that feeling in your gut that says yes or no, because intuition can be in two different ways, then you follow it. So I know a few of you have shared quite a few fantastic intuition things with me via email and with one-on-one coaching. If you want to share it down below with the rest of the people, if it's not too personal, and put it in the threads. Love always reading those little bits and pieces because I think it really helps. And it shows other people how you use your intuition. So, yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful capacity, and has some amazing results. And it's often later when you look back that you say, wow, that was amazing, or, oh, I should have listened and I didn't, So I remember there was one Abraham Hicks story where Esther was talking about how she kept getting this urgency, this intuition to leave. Her and Jerry were on the bus, and she was having this urgency to leave where the bus was parked and to go. And then she was working a little bit more on something, and then they delayed a little bit, and then they left like an hour after she got that first sort of impulse of intuition. And then they ended up in this massive traffic jam. And she said it was nice to see the intuition was working, even though she didn't follow it. So it can be things like that too. Lots of little things along the way, or big things, big things to avoid natural disasters or personal disasters or all sorts of things. Showing up at the right place at the right time for someone to offer you a position, all sorts of things like that. There was also, I just remembered, there was a guy in one of Neville's books, I think it was The Law and the Promise, where he had like this tiny amount of money left, and his intuition was telling him, and he needed a job, that's right, he needed a job, he needed to earn money. He was down to his last, very little amount of money. And he had an intuition to go to this racetrack on this particular day. And so he goes, and who does he meet there? This guy that he hasn't seen for a long time. And that guy offered him a job. So him following his intuition, changed the course of his work life at that time and his financial life. So, yeah. Yay for intuition. So lots of love to you, and share your stories down below if you like. I always love hearing your good stories.